enjoyed it. Good thanks somebody who was learning afterwards. Don't thank me. Maybe I'll thank you. Appreciate it. But I did all the stuff. All the work was done by our incredible events team, our incredible marketing team, everybody here. So if you want to thank somebody, go thank them. Yeah, we have a couple more things tonight. As David alluded, there's gonna be food and music. Just more time to like hang out and network. I think we're here till 9:30. Yeah, DJ Jeff, which is cool. I think it's cool. I'm right here. I think it's cool. I'm very excited. I was like, we got it. Yeah, it's good.
The developers talked about their journey online, created content that was helping other developers as they go. And this was an incredibly difficult category to pick a winner from. But ultimately, the winner goes to Gerwin. Yes. So unfortunately, developers in Gerwin could not make it. It was actually a very long-running thing. Gerwin is an education app built by two developers in Colombia, and it was basically they lived in an area where education was not very accessible, and they were trying to build something to help that. And so they built this incredible learning app called Gerwin.
I finished the Shipatons. We could not win the Shipatons, but I feel this is not failure, this is learning. So this will be the content of future story in building public. So I want to buy the right to advertising a product in the billboards in the Times Square in the future, I want to say. So that's why we know this is not lose, this is learning. And to go there, I want to share our reflection with my team, what is the biggest learning, what was biggest failure learning for these 2 months for Shipaton. I call my team and I'll share our learning for these 2 months. Thank you.
I went all in for about 2 months, but it didn't work out. So reflecting on that, I don't want to just chalk this up as a loss. I want to turn it into a lesson I can use next time. I'd like to take some time to look back and reflect on it. How was it for you? What did you think? And also, well, what's the biggest thing you learned? Yeah, over these past 2 months. And also, what do you think was a failure? For now, it's fine to focus on yourself, but, well, and then there's the team focus part too. But for the sake of the video, let's start by focusing mostly on yourself. So, well, first of all, what you were able to learn. And on the flip side, what would you say is the thing that you personally feel you failed at the most in your life?
Right.
That?
Okay, the biggest thing I learned was definitely about hackers on a global scale. It's not something you get to participate in very often. And when you're working in Japan, you don't really have to be conscious of global standards. Through things like building in public and sharing as you create apps, I really felt firsthand just how important it is to make things simple, much more than I had imagined. I think that's the biggest thing I learned.
Yeah, the standard for simplicity is really high.
Yeah, that's right, absolutely. Oh.
It's really overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah, mistakes.
Speaking of mistakes, or rather things I wish I had done better, one thing is I feel like overseas apps are really good at presentation. I thought they have a strong ability to promote what they've made. So in terms of presentations going forward, if I get the chance, I want to make sure I can really nail that aspect. I want to put more effort into things like slides and the design of how videos are shown. Another thing is that I should have started things earlier. For example, when it came to adding engineering resources, we ended up rushing to do it at the last minute. What we managed to do before the app was presented at the hackathon was just to build the MVP, and we didn't really get to the point where a lot of actual users could try it out. So I think it's really important to take action as early as possible.
Yeah, well, as a hacker, that's definitely true for me too.
For sure.
There is no doubt about it at all.
But, you know, even people from all around the world, from different countries, gave us honest and constructive feedback that the design quality was looking really pretty good. So that made me very happy.
Yeah, really.
Seriously.
A lot of people said that, who made the design? Or the design looks great.
It kind of gave me a bit of confidence.
Yeah, thanks. All right then.
Well,
Yeah.
Things I learned, and
the biggest failure for me personally was the foundation. Just that.
Is that all? No.
Well, the thing I learned the most myself, and
Something positive.
something you contributed to.
Yeah.
Even something you managed to do is fine.
right?
Or on the flip side, the thing you happen to mess up the most.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. As for what I learned this time, even with just this one app, I really felt once again that a product is made not just by yourself, but by being surrounded and actively involved with many people. Whether it's the map or the chat feature, for users, actually interacting with them might only take a few seconds or just a moment, but still, behind the scenes, a lot of time and effort goes into making these things. Even though for the user, it's just a moment. The question is how much you can commit to that moment. By really committing to that brief instant, even small differences can actually lead to big changes. I felt that this was something that became apparent during this hackathon as I observed various things. So once again, up until now, I thought I was already paying a lot of attention to the details, but going forward, I want to strengthen my focus even more from the user's perspective and really be particular about the final touches. That's something I want to be even more conscious of from now on. Yes, that's something I was able to learn. And as for failures, well, looking back, I think I should have taken action earlier. That's something I feel. And then, let's see, as for the other 2 points, I should have been more conscious of the overall flow of the experience and, well, approached it like debugging. Not exactly, but something like that. Well, when it comes to building out each feature, I was really just focused on getting each one done, and I guess that's understandable. But looking back, I wish I had taken a step back to see the whole process in one pass and ask myself, is this feature actually easy for users to use? I think I should have had that perspective more, because in reality, when we had various users try it out, there were definitely some gaps and issues that became apparent. So in this project, those kinds of things really stood out to me. I thought that if I had approached things with that perspective more, I probably could have minimized those issues as much as possible. And finally, just one more point. Well, it's not really negative. It's more like a motivation to do more of these things in the future. Since we were doing Build in Public, I do feel a bit of regret that I didn't share more myself. That's something I reflect on.
Yeah, I just didn't think about it.
I was busy and honestly I just didn't have the bandwidth to think about it or talk about it much. I just wasn't able to handle it skillfully, that's all. But I do think that by sharing, you can actually gain new technical insights. That's really the benefit of Build in Public, I think. I think that's the value of the field. Looking back, I do regret not being able to make better use of it, and it's something I want to be more mindful of going forward. So maybe that's part of the reason, I'm not entirely sure. But there was also an incident where I wasn't able to meet with people involved with Ebony-Rukat or with those connected to Homie.
It's because I wasn't invited, you know?
Yeah.
Because I was turned down.
Right. Well, I think maybe another reason is that I probably registered my profile without writing anything about myself at all. But anyway, putting that aside, I do think that if I keep at it, the chances of having good encounters or getting good connections in the future will definitely increase. So I want to be more mindful of that going forward. That's all from me. All right?
Okay, so I suppose I'll go last. My biggest takeaway is, well, this does overlap with what Mom said earlier, but I just want to emphasize how truly important it really is to keep things simple. Sometimes we might feel tempted to make things more complicated than they need to be, but keeping things simple really does make a big difference. For early stage startups and developers, before I got involved, I used to think intuitively like, if we have this feature and this and this and this, then we can beat the competition that only has these two features. I thought, ours is more convenient, so of course we'll win, with that kind of linear thinking. But when you actually compare yourself to competitors and get laughed at, breaking through that stage where you're basically a nobody is really tough. An extremely simple background. It's only through a meticulously refined, simple user experience that you can break through. There's a kind of strength or resilience in simplicity. I learned a lot from that, and it was also the area where we were the weakest at first. Precisely because we lacked that, even our development took longer than expected. We underestimated just how much development effort and time it would actually take. If we had made this decision earlier, then we could have invested more time in iteration, and maybe things would have gone better as a result. That's something I really feel now. That was the biggest lesson I learned. I think, yeah, that's what I'd say. And finally, well, this is also something I learned, but my own mistake. My biggest mistake was I realized what needed to be done partway through since it was simple. So in that sense, I managed to keep going. But if I talk about what I failed to realize until the very end, it's like, be different. I was really focused on how I should be a different kind of person. I was trying to be not just more conscious, but a better version of myself. For example, I had this mindset like, we're putting out more videos on built-in public than anyone else, or we're working the hardest. Looking back, I realized that was naive. Instead, I was really fixated on how to become someone truly different from everyone else. There were a lot of areas where I wasn't fully aware. After it was all over, I got some feedback from Charles here at this venue. Charles, by the way, is from Levelcat and also serves as a judge. In the areas where I was lacking. In America especially, it's really all about how different you can be. It's a country where being a truly different presence, making use of your creativity, is highly valued. And that was really what I was lacking. I didn't fully realize it until the end. My submissions were kind of ordinary. Well, not exactly ordinary, but just a bit above average, like I put in some effort. But in those moments, I should have focused more on making things interesting and unique. Not realizing the importance of that was, well, my biggest mistake. That's what I think. And, well, this is something that happens precisely because there are judges, stakeholders who are neither customers nor directly involved, but more like third parties. So it's a phenomenon that arises in that context. But then, if you ask whether this will stop happening once those people are gone, well, sure, with customers you might be able to communicate more directly. However, in startups, there are always investors as stakeholders, and those investors also have qualities similar to judges. That's not everything, but there are stages you can't get through unless you're evaluated by them. That's the reality. So, next, as we move forward with fundraising and such, as we really start to take action, it's incredibly important that we can show in just a moment how we are different from others, what makes us unique as an entity. That's something I really want to value going forward. That's what I thought. Well, that's my reflection, my failure. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's about it. And sorry, this is a bit off topic, but I'm really glad I came to New York. I could really feel, together with the team, just how important a market New York is. If I had come here alone, I probably would have been like, huh? Why am I suddenly in New York? And it wouldn't have felt the same. I wouldn't have been able to truly feel it firsthand. In my head, I kept thinking Tokyo would be better, but now I really realize how important New York is as a market. Since we all experienced it together, that was huge. Being able to participate was a real benefit, and I truly feel that. That's what I thought. So yeah, that's about it. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Well, anyway, it was really tough, those 2 months.
Good job.
Yeah, we made it through. There were a lot of things, but the fact that we managed to see it through to the end is definitely a positive point, I think.
Well, with 20 people during those 2 months, honestly, it felt like we pulled so many all-nighters.
I don't even know anymore. I can't tell if it was an all-nighter or not. The idea doesn't make sense to me now.
Our schedules were totally flipped. For about 20 days, like we even lived together, and it was a really unusual month with filming happening every day. But honestly, over those 2 months, in terms of the amount of effort we put in, we really gave it our all, no doubt about it. That was really great. So I want to take what we've learned from this and apply it next time. Yeah, for season 2. I want to keep building on this.
Going forward.
Also, there's actually one more person who isn't here with the 3 of us right now. We have a collaborator at our place. They help us out with the video production, and honestly, that person is amazing too. She's an incredible presence. Even though she doesn't appear on camera, she put in an insane amount of hard work behind the scenes. So I really want to express my gratitude to her as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe we should put her photo around here. It's like she's the one who couldn't go on the graduation trip.
Well, since she's in Japan, why don't we each give her a final message to wrap things up? Like a message to Aya. Yeah, let's send a message to her in Japan. Like just a little message. Let's record it just in case. I'm not sure if we'll use it, but Ayana will probably see it, and so will Sena.
It's because of her presence, because she's there, that Humin is different from the rest. We're able to communicate in our own way, and I really think we can be truly unique, amazing. One more time. It's because of her presence that Homi is different from other IT companies. We can communicate differently, show ourselves in a different way. We were able to capture something with incredible realism. It's become really interesting. I'm just so grateful, honestly. Really, really grateful. Thank you, as always.
All right, next, it's my turn. First of all, I really want to say thank you for streaming every single day. You've worked so hard. I think it must have been incredibly tough. Even saying that might sound a bit casual, but seriously, thank you for all your hard work. Really, Homie, how should I put this? I really believe that the reason people outside of our own group got to know about us was thanks to you streaming those videos every day. So truly, thank you so much. Well, I think this will continue on a regular basis from now on too. Yes. So I'd really appreciate your continued support. Thank you.
Thank you so much for all your hard work. Honestly, I think the one who had it the toughest was actually Ayana-san. She was really the unsung hero behind the scenes, always there every single day without fail, and always strictly keeping to the schedule no matter what time it was. That kind of stoic dedication was a huge help, and even though I was a complete beginner when it came to things like video editing and filming, the reason I was able to catch up was really thanks to that. Because you were there, I was able to catch up really quickly, and that really worked out well for me. I also realized that it was something that suited both me and us as a team. Honestly, if Aya-san hadn't been there, I wouldn't have been able to do it at all. I wouldn't have even been able to try in the first place. So I'm really grateful for that, especially considering all the different circumstances we were in. Like, you helped out with the shares and even came all the way to Ishigaki Island. Your commitment and flexibility and all of that really helped me a lot. And yes, thank you so much. Next year, let's definitely go to New York or San Francisco together. It would be great if we could go. And well, season 2, season 1, really, thank you for all your hard work. I hope we can take what we learned from season 1 and try something new next time. Maybe in a different way. Even more so, yes. I hope we can make use of what we learned and do it even better. Thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you for everything.